guys, welcome to Break Time with Beanie. So, yun lang. Char. No, I'm actually recording here another episode when I had the itch or urge to do this particular topic from what I've been seeing and hearing lately and even before. So, if this is your first time listening to this podcast, bear with me. This is probably gonna be kind of more informal. If you want like a normal episode, you can go ahead and check the other episodes out before coming back to this if you like. But I promise you, even though this looks unprepared, na parang wala akong formal script, kasi hindi ko talaga sobrang ginather yung mga information and resources ko, kasi parang spur of the moment lang naman yung pag-record ko ng episode na to. Because I was literally recording another episode when I said na, parang gusto ko tong pag-usapan at gawing episode itong certain topic na to. So, like I said, hindi super gathered, hindi sobrang dami ng resources ko ngayon like how I usually make episodes. But again, that doesn't mean that this episode that you are going to hear is of any less importance. Dahil title pa lang, I know you know that this is a very important thing to talk about. And I believe na kailangan natin pag-usapan to. And just because this topic seems controversial, I guess, or it seems one-sided, or it seems like it already has a conclusion, I am not going to attack people. I am not going to hate on certain religious sectors. Uunahan ko na kayo. And I am not going to bash any political party. But at the same time, I'm not gonna accommodate every opinion because podcast ko to. So outlet ko to. These are my opinions, my beliefs. So gawa kayo ng sarili ng podcast kung gusto nyo. I'm not going to say na hindi to bias or what or walang kinikilingan kasi truth be told, meron naman talaga. But I will try to keep it as balanced as possible. Because this episode will be for those na tulad ko, nalilito kung saan lulugar. Hindi na nga natin alam kung saan lulugar sa puso niya. Hindi pa natin alam saan lulugar sa pagiging under sa isang authority sa mga nangyayari dito sa Pilipinas, whichever side you're on, because it can be confusing sometimes, lalo na ngayon, wherein the opinions are louder than ever with the help of Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, dahil ako mismo ang dami kong nakikitang posts that are so political, that have such a strong stand to something that is related sa mga nangyayari sa bansa ngayon. And one of those things that I want to talk about is the quote and unquote religious posts that say something within the lines of, will ni God yung mga nasa government positions ngayon, kaya dapat sumunod na lang kayo. And any form of disbelief or criticism is sin or mali na. Hindi tama, dapat hindi ginagawa. And alam kong hindi lang ako yung nakarinig ng mga ganito, yung mga kakilala ko in and outside of my church ay maraming nakikita, maraming na-encounter na mga ganitong posts or even preachings from their respective churches, on YouTube, on TikTok, not just on religious posts, no, but they encounter these kinds of principles, these kinds of beliefs as well. And it can be overwhelming to hear those things, di ba? Lalo na ako na active sa church, trying to live out my Christian life, and you hear a lot of things. And I guess that's the first thing that we will clarify for this episode. Will ba ni Lord ang mga nalagay sa gobyerno? Yung mga nasa posisyon? And if so, mali ba umalma o pumalag tayo? Palagi kasi itong hanash ng mga nasa magkabilang side. Kaya ang dating ay parang kailangan mo pumili between being God-fearing and being patriotic. As if hindi kaya mag-coexist ng dalawa, that we resort to forcing the separation of church and state debate rather than tackling the issue itself. So, the best answer to that question, kung will ba ni Lord ang mga nilagay sa mga government positions, is given by my pastor, of whom we have different political parties, by the way, just to share. Iba kami ng quote-unquote kulay. But his explanation was just so simple and so easy to understand. He gave us Hosea chapter 8. It's a long one. You can read it at your own time. But in summary, it says, "They set up kings, but not by me." Si Lord nagsasalita dito. "They made prince, but I did not acknowledge them. From their silver and gold, they made idols for themselves, that they may be cut off." So that's the one of the verses of that chapter. And actually, not only on that chapter, but throughout the Bible, actually, if you read it, you will see wicked and corrupt rulers leading the nations. Even, yung time ni Jesus, and after he was resurrected, countless leaders were so corrupt, were so selfish, were so despicable. So to answer the question kung will ba ni Lord yung mga nasa taas, kung siya ba mismo ang naglagay sa kanila doon at nagbigay ng pabor sa kanila, the answer to that is hindi porket na-elect sa position ay galing na kay Lord. Because evil, immorality, sin doesn't come from God kasi holy siya. Sabi ni Ligonier in 1992, I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. Sabi niya, "We have to distinguish between a government ordained by God and a government approved by God. It means in God's sovereignty, sa kapangyarihan niya, but it doesn't mean He approves of them. He knows everything, but that doesn't mean He approves of everything. God did not approve of Nero, Stalin, or Hitler, of whom countless people were slaughtered to their deaths. So, when someone says, will ni Lord na nandyan ang presidente, na nandyan ang vice president, or will ni Lord na ito yung CEO ng company nyo, na abuser, na corrupt, na magnanakaw, na incompetent, and you are cursed if you go against, if you criticize the president, if you criticize any government officials, or your boss, or your leader sa company nyo. That's a lie. And it's manipulative. Blind obedience does not make a nation better. Blind obedience does not make a better person. And if you limit yourself to the lie that you will be cursed or you are sinning, if you question those in authority, especially if they are doing something that doesn't seem right, then you are blindly obeying. So sa mga religious people or religious posts, and I am one of the religious people, but for some, no, hindi naman lahat. I'm not gonna attack the whole Christianity or lahat ng mga relihiyon or what, but for those who say something like favor ni God ang nanalo dyan and wala tayong karapatan to question God's decision, hindi po. Kasi tayo po ang pumili ng leader natin. And if we have done poorly, we have done poorly. And if we have chosen poorly, we have chosen poorly. The type of government we have is not patriarchal, is not monarchy, and hindi katulad nung time ng mga nung certain time ng mga Israelites na it's just them and God and the prophets who represent. But wala tayo sa ganong klase ng government, because Philippines, or if you're listening to US and Canada, because there's a small percentage of people who listen to my podcast there, thank you po. Yeah, if you're there or if you're in the Philippines, it's still a democratic. It's a democratic country. And part of democracy is being vocal and active about your choices of those who are in power or who will go to power. It's just so sad na easily deceived yung mga tao ngayon na boboto lang base sa pagiging sikat, boboto lang kasi sinabi ng family, or dahil nabigyan ng pera. That's really the worst of all, honestly. Pero wala eh. If the majority votes, then, we should respect that. But that's why I don't like full democracy. Char. Anyway, ibang episode yun. Pero ayun nga, our duty as citizens, hindi porket nakaboto ka na, see you in 6 years na, di ba? Hindi porket naboto mo na sila sa Senate or sa SK or sa barangay, see you in a couple of years, balik na lang ulit pagbotohan, tingnan natin kung ano ibibigay niyo sa amin. It shouldn't be that. In a fully functional democratic country, it should never be that. And with everything that's happening, with everything na kulang or sobra, as someone, that's me, who isn't sure kung saan lulugar sa authority ngayon, ano ba dapat? Well, unang-una, I urge you to continue to be mindful of the government. I say this without any intention to instigate the masses. This is our duty, regardless who sits in power. Pera mo yan. Future mo yan. Alam mo, I remember back in Trinity. Papahaba podcast natin ito. But let me just tell you a story. To make it short, I remember in Trinity, nag-broadcasting, nag-masscom ako dun. And one of the things that I remember from Professor Dines, sabi niya, we should be like a watchdog of the government. So like a watchdog, kapag may mali, kapag may hindi tama, tatahol para mapansin, ma-examine, mapunta sa spotlight yung mga certain officials, those in power, para matingnan kung may ginagawa nga ba talaga silang mali. Kasi otherwise, easy money yung mga nandun sa taas. Kasi walang nagbabantay, walang naninita. And they have the most, they handle money, our money as taxpayers, di ba? If a certain official, splurges in a lot of things, may Ferrari, may aeroplano, question them. One day, isa lang kotse niya, then, after a certain project, na hindi lang sa government, sa church, sa office, or hindi mabigay yung summary ng mga nagastos, walang napapakitang resibo, kumbaga, then question them. Ano nangyari? And it's not to accuse, it's to hold them accountable. Oh my goodness, I love that word. Accountability is what they should have and what we should demand as well. And also, bawat news na makita mo, you examine it as well. Lalo na ngayon sa mga social media platforms ngayon, sa technology, sa digital age ngayon. Is the news that you're seeing or an article or a video that you are seeing, is it credible? Or is it like a TikTok na maraming links kunyari para magmukhang legitimate? Is it history or is it chismis? And I want to emphasize na sa pagiging critic, hindi lang dapat palaging one way. Sabi ko nga kanina, be mindful of the government regardless who sits in power. So, huwag maging biased or fanatic to any political party. Yes, we may all favor a certain political party, a certain someone, pero the moment na may hindi na sila tamang ginagawa, do not hesitate to check and point it out. So meaning if etong pinaniniwalaan mong talagang best fit para sa position na to, bigla ang may issue or may mukhang hindi tama na ginagawa or may news na that doesn't favor him or her, then examine it. Huwag natin i-defend sila agad. Because it's never our job to defend a politician. It's never our job to defend a leader. It's never our job to defend those in power. It's our job to see if they are doing it right. So this goes both ways, pula ka man o pink. Examine them. Since tapos na election, examine those who are in power, di ba? Kasalanan ba mag-rally? Definitely not. Pero kasalanan ba na may magustuhan kang programs or ginawa ng current administration? I don't think so either. Being watchful of the wrongdoing of those above shouldn't make you turn a blind eye to the good things that, they've done or contributed kung meron. Pero ayun nga, let's just examine it. And let's also stop making it as an excuse as well. Kasi I've heard a handful of times from people implying na porket hindi nanalo yung kandidato nila, hindi na sila susunod and aalis na sila ng Pilipinas. Well, not literally. Maybe kasi mahirap umalis dito sa bansa. Pero umalis in a sense na wala na silang pake sa bansa, sa mga batas, sa pagiging just or sa mga principles na pinaglalaban nila dati noon. Not agreeing with authority doesn't give you an excuse to ignore it completely. Kaya continue to be kind, continue to be upright, and help those in need. Continue to set an example to others and stand firm, lalo na kung tama naman to. And lastly, This is probably what I really want to say in this episode. Di ba? Sobrang left and right tayo. But I really want to say this. If masyado ng toxic ang lahat, the news, inflation, injustice, iba't ibang political debates and discourses and fights on social media and real life, it is okay to step away for your sake. You can turn off the news. You can step away from social media. And when your friends discuss what's happening or the politics that you don't want to talk about, you can say that you don't want to because your mental and emotional well being, your sanity, your peace is one of the most highest priority here. And stepping away doesn't mean you gave up. It means you're recharging, being prepared for the moment that you're hoping for and praying for. Hindi mali lumayo at maging matumal muna sa mga pinaglalaban mo. So in all of this, to summarize this spontaneous biglaan episode, you can continue to be God-fearing while opposing injustice and corruption. You can do that. You can love your country while fighting for your beliefs. You can continue to criticize while not losing your manners or ethics. You can hope for the best while pushing or fighting for the best. Or you can step away from everything and gather yourself as long as you need. Magandang malaman na ngayon may paglulugaran tayo. And we are not condemned kung lulugar tayo sa pagiging makabayan na sobrang aware and very vocal about what you like and don't like about the government. Or if you slow down to a halt and just focus on yourself. May paglulugaran pala tayo. And lastly, this is not a Camping's bitter remarks, but honestly, it is a legitimate hinanain and comforting belief from someone who believes in God. Yes, I do. But someone who also loves their country. Saan ka lulugar? Ngayon alam mo na. At least sa mga nalilito, alam na natin kung saan tayo pwedeng lumugar. And I pray, I hope that we may be able to go where we need to go in these parts of our lives. Ayun lang.